Hello everyone, today we will discuss human female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. So, the female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts, uterus, vagina, external genitalia and female reproductive glands. Previous class we will discuss ovary and fallopian tubes. Today we will discuss uterus. So, the uterus is also called as womb. Uterus is also called as womb. Uterus is also called as womb. The uterus is also called as womb. Next one, it is a single muscular and highly vascular structure. Highly vascular structure. So, it is a single. So, the uterus is a single muscular, highly vascular structure. Muscular means they presenting on the muscles. Highly vascular means they presenting in the blood vessels. High blood vessels. So, they are the single muscular and highly vascular structure. Next one, its shape is the inverted pear shape. The shape is the inverted pear shape. Inverted pear shape. The uterus shape is called as inverted pear shape. Next one, these are location. Uterus location. So, they are presenting on the pelvic region. Between the urinary bladder and rectum. They are presenting between the urinary bladder and rectum. So, they are uterus presenting in the pelvic region. So, they are between the urinary bladder and rectum. Next one, the uterus attaching to the abdominal wall. Uterus attaching to the abdominal wall. Uterus attaching to the abdominal wall. Attached to the abdominal wall is the folded membrane. So, perineum is called as myometrium. So, they are called as myometrium. The perineum. So, they are attaching from the uterus attaching to the abdominal wall. So, the next one. So, the uterus they contain the posterior region. The posterior region. So, the posterior region, the narrow posterior region is called as cervix. So, they are called as a myometrium. It's called as myometrium. Next one, the uterus posterior region. So, this posterior region is the narrow structure is called as cervix. Narrow structure is called as cervix. The uterus, the posterior narrow structure is called as cervix. The cervix they contain a cavity. That cavity is called as cervical canal. The cavity is called cervical canal. The cavity is called as cervical canal. So, the cervical canal opens into the vagina. Cervical canal opens into the vagina. Once revised. So, the uterus, the posterior region. So, the posterior region, they are a narrow structure. This narrow structure is called as cervix. The cervix they contain a cavity. That cavity is called as cervical canal. The cavity is called as cervical canal. The cervical canal opens into the vagina. Cervical canal opens into the vagina. Cervical canal and vagina, these two is called as birth canal. Cervical canal and vagina, these two combine to form the birth canal, is called as birth canal. The cervical canal and vagina, so they are the cervical canal, so they are the vagina, these two combine to form the birth canal, is combined to call birth canal. Next one, the uterus contain a 3 layers. The uterus wall contain 3 layers. Uterus wall contain 3 layers. Contain 3 layers. The uterus wall contain 3 layers. First one, outer epimetrium, external epimetrium, middle myometrium, next one, inner endometrium, So the wall of the uterus, they contain a 3 layers. Wall of the uterus contain a 3 layers. Outer epimetrium, middle myometrium, inner endometrium. So the epimetrium is a thin layer. Thin layer. Next one, the myometrium, they contain a muscles. So the endometrium contain a blood vessels. So the myometrium and endometrium. First one, endometrium. So these are the endometrium. So these red color lines are the endometrium. So the endometrium, so they are the cyclic changes in the menstrual cycle. Endometrium, so they are the cyclic changes in the menstrual cycle. Cyclic changes in the menstrual cycle time. So they are the cyclic changes. So they every month there are changes in the endometrium. So the endometrium, the cyclic changes in the menstrual cycle time. So the menstrual cycle time, they releasing from the blood drops. So these blood drops are releasing from the, so the removing from the endometrium. So they are releasing from the blood drops. So these endometrium walls are the rupturing. They are releasing to the blood drops. So the menstrual cycle time, the month time, they are releasing from the blood. These blood coming from the, these removing of the endometrium. After the next menstrual cycle, they formation of endometrium. So that menstrual cycle time, they are releasing from the blood. Just a rough diagram. So they are the uterus. So they are the endometrium wall. So this endometrium wall is rupturing, they are releasing to the blood. Endometrium wall rupturing, releasing to the blood. After next month, the new formation of newly means endometrium. After next menstrual cycle time, they are rupturing of the endometrium, releasing of the blood. So they are the cyclic changes in the menstrual cycle time. The menstrual cycle time, they are releasing the blood. This blood is coming from the endometrium layer is disappear, they are releasing from the blood. Next one, the myometrium, middle myometrium. So the middle myometrium, they contain muscles. The middle myometrium, they contain muscles. So these muscles, they are strong contraction. Myometrium. So the myometrium, they contain muscles. So they are helps from the strong contractions of the child birth time. Child birth time. So the child birth time. So the paturation. Paturation means delivery time. The female pregnant lady. So the delivery time. So the uterus, the myometrium, they contain muscles. The muscles are the strong contraction. So the baby delivery. The useful from the delivery of the baby. So they are the three layers. Epimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. So the endometrium cyclic changes from the menstrual cycle time. Next one myometrium. So they are helps from the strong contraction from the delivery time. They helps from the strong contraction in the delivery time. So these are the uterus. These are the uterus. Next one vagina. Next one vagina. Next one vagina. Vagina is a single muscular mediated structure. Single muscular mediated structure. It is a single muscular mediated structure. Next one, the cervix opens into the vagina. Cervix opens into the vagina. Cervix opens into the vagina. So there the cervix opens into the vagina. Next one, the vagina is covered by the stratified cumulus epithelium. Vagina is covered by the vagina is lined by stratified squamous epithelium. The vagina is lined by the stratified squamous epithelium. So they are the vagina. So the cervix opens into the vagina. So they are the covered by the stratified squamous epithelium. Next heading ulva. Next one ulva. Ulva is also called as pudendum, is also called as a vestibule, is also called as external genitalia. Next one ulva. So the ulva is also called as pudendum, is also called as external genitalia. Is also called as external genitalia. Ulva are external genitalia. So these ulva are external genitalia. So these are the anus. Next one. So the ulva are external genitalia. They contain two pairs of lip-like structures. Two pairs of the lip-like structures. One is the labia majora. One is the labia majora. One is the labia majora, another one is the labia minora. Labia majora and labia minora. So the labia majora and labia minora. Labia means they are the lips like. So they are the labia majora. Majora means large structures. Lip like large structures is called as labia majora. Next one labia minora. Labia means lip like structures. So they are the minora means small structures. Two pairs of the folded membranes, they are presenting on the labia majora and labia minora. So they are the upper lip-like structure. So they are called as labia majora. Labia majora. Next one, another lip-like structure, labia minora. Labia minora. So these are the labia minora. Labia minora. So the labia majora and labia minora. Next one. So in the labia minora they contain two apertures. So the anterior aperture. So these are called as urethra. Next one, urethral orifice is also called as urethral orifice. Next one, so the lower one. So they are called as a vaginal orifice. So the lower lip-like structures, they contain two apertures. The anterior aperture is called as urethral orifice. So they are releasing from the urine. Next one, so the lower one, so they are called as a vaginal orifice. So they are opens into the vagina. Next one, this vaginal orifice is partially covered by a membrane. So this membrane is called as hymen. So the vagina, they partially is covered by the thin membrane. This membrane is called as hymen. So the females, they identify the virginity. So they identify this hymen layer. So they are identify the virginity. So this hymen layer, the first involving the sex. So the hymen layer is rupturing. So the first time the involving of the intercourse means the involving of the sexual participation. So the hymen layer is rupture. So the first time involving of the sexual participation, that time releasing to the blood drops. The first time involving of the sex, that time releasing from the bloods. So this blood coming from the rupturing of the hymen layer. So they are releasing from the blood. So they are these hymen layers. So they identify the virginity of the females. But some members of the females, they involving of the sports persons. Some people are the sports persons, horse riding, cycling. So that persons, the hymen layer is disappear. So the hymen layer is rupture before the sexual intercourse, because of, so they are the sports persons. So that time the rupturing of the hymen layer, or cycling time the rupturing of the hymen layer, horse riding, so the rupturing of the hymen layer. So the normally the first intercourse time, first sexual time, the hymen layer is rupturing, but the sports persons, cycling and horse riding persons, horse riding ladies, they before the sexual coitus, the hymen layer is rupture. Next one, the anterior side of the labia majora, they contain a finger like structures, is called as clitoris. Is called as clitoris. So this clitoris is homologous to the penis. So the female clitoris is a erecting part. So the erecting organ. So they are the clitoris is a small finger like structure. So they are the erecting part of the females. So they are homologous to the male penis. Next one, so the above the labia majora, they contain a pudendum. So they are called as pudendum. So they are containing a fatty tissue. Is covered by the skin. The skin contain a hair. This hair is called as pubic hair. The hair is called as pubic hair. So these are the external genitalia or vulva. Once revised. So the vulva, the pudendum, they contain a two lip-like structures, two pairs of lip-like structure. One is the large one is the labia majora, small one is the labia minora. Next one, the labia minora contain two openings, two apertures. The small anterior aperture is called as urethral orifice. The lower one is called as vaginal orifice. Next one, the vagina is partially covered by a layer. That layer is called as hymen layer. So these hymen layer, they are first time involving of the sexual participation. That time rupturing the hymen layer, they coming the blood or pain. Next one, so they are the labia minora, the anterior side contain a erecting part is called as clitoris. So they are the homologous to the male penis. Next one, the anterior side, they contain a pubic hair. So they are the external genitalia or vulva. So they are the female reproductive system. Next one, female sex glands. Next one, female accessory reproductive glands. First one, so there are the three types of the reproductive glands. First one, Bartholin glands. Second one, Sneeze glands. Third one, mammary glands. First one, Bartholin glands. So these Bartholin glands presenting on the posterior side of the vagina. So these Bartholin glands presenting on the left and right side, posterior side of the vagina. So they are the vagina. So they are the presenting on the posterior side of, they are called as Bartholin glands. Bartholin gland. So they are presenting on the vagina, posterior side of the vagina, right and left side presenting on the Bartholin glands. So these gland secretions, these are helps from the lubrication. The lubrication means, so the involving of the sexual time, the free movement of the sexual participation, the free movement. So they are using from the lubrication. So the free movements of the sexual participation. Next one, sneeze glands. So they are presenting on the anterior side of the vagina. Around the anterior side of the vagina. So these also called as, these are secretions is also called as lubrication functions. So lubrication means, so they are the free movement of the sexual participation. So they are helps from the lubrication. So the Bartholin glands is homologous to the male bulbourethral gland. Homologous to the bulbourethral gland. So the sneeze gland is homologous to the prostate gland. So these two glands, Bartholin glands and sneeze glands, so their main function, these secretions helps from the lubrication. So free movement of the penis, helps from the free movement of the penis in the intercourse time, in the sexual time. Next one, third one, mammary glands. So the mammary glands, a pair of mammary glands presenting in the females. Mammary glands means breast. So a pair of mammary glands present in the females. So these mammary glands, they are releasing from the milk. So these mammary glands, they contain a granular tissue. Granular and fat tissue. So this granular tissue, they formation of mammary lobes. These mammary lobes, each breast contain a 15 to 20 lobes. Each mammary gland, these mammary lobes contain a 15 to 20 lobes. So these mammary lobes, they contain a alveoli. So these alveoli secretion of milk. The secreted milk, they are storing from the alveoli sac. The secreted milk, they are storing from the alveoli sac. Next one, the alveoli opens into the alveoli ducts. They are connecting from the alveoli ducts. The alveoli ducts connecting from the mammary duct. So the mammary duct is combined from the ampulla. So these ampullas, So the connecting from the lactiferous duct. The ampullas are connecting to form the lactiferous ducts. Finally, the lactiferous duct opens into the nipple. The lactiferous duct opens into the nipple. So the baby are sucking the milk, they are releasing from the milk. Simply, the mammary glands, they formed by the glandular tissue and fat tissue. So this glandular tissue, they formation of lobes. Totally each breast contain a 15 to 20 mammary lobes. 15 to 20 mammary lobes. These mammary lobes contain a alveoli. Shock-like structures is called as alveoli. So these alveoli, they production of milk, secretion of the milk. The secreted milk stored in the alveoli sac. The alveoli sac opens into the mammary lobe. The alveoli ducts. The alveoli ducts are combined to form the mammary duct. Alveoli ducts combined to form the mammary duct. So the mammary ducts are combined to form the ampulla. Mammary duct combined to form the ampulla. So the ampullas are opens into the lactiferous duct. Ampulla opens into the lactiferous duct. Finally, lactiferous ducts opens into the nipple. Lactiferous duct opens into the nipple. So the baby is sucking. They are releasing from the milk in the breast. So they are the mammary glands. So they are the female reproductive system.